Hi, and welcome to my studio. My name is Lisbeth, and I'm a Danish mixed media abstract artist who also likes to do slow stitching and other crafts. And this video will be about slow stitching on my scroll. And this is part 4, and I think it would be the last part in this series. When I said goodbye a week ago, I had done this piece and that piece, but I couldn't help myself, so I have just embellished it a little further. So I have stitched some small amber beads on the squares there, and on this one that was quite dark, I have just put a bunch of small French knots on the piece. And then I have been stitching a little more. I also think I has put this piece of a lace fabric was sitting there, and this is some French knot with a tail, and I think they are called pistol stitches in English, and that looks quite nice. A small piece of dotted fabric and running stitches or back stitches and a single French knot there. And this piece here I have also done, and this is a chain stitch also with a tail. 3 small strips of some rust-dyed fabric of some kind, and some bling bling fabric, and here in the middle French knots again. So this is what I have done from last week to this week, and this is what is left here of the scroll, and I think I can manage to do that today. One thing I know I will do is I have this eco-dyed piece of silk organza with a leaf print on, and I want to end here, so I think I will start in this end instead of up here and see what I can do. But let's the fun begin. Since this piece is quite transparent and a little vein in the colors, I don't think I will do a lot of stitching on the leaf print itself, but I think I will do running stitches all the way around them to base the fabric down. So if I start here at the tip of the leaf and go a little away from the edge and just go around it, and I have chosen this light color yellow, not a strong color yellow, and we will see where I can see, if I can see it. Yeah, it is a little tricky. There isn't much room on such a small strip of fabric, and the needle is, or the pins here are in the way of my hands, and I will just go up and down here, and try not to pull too much in your thread, because then the whole thing will wrinkle, and that's not the meaning. And I don't mind if the stitches isn't the same length, or the space between them isn't the same. I'm not, I can do a lot of stitching, but I'm not, like people that are women, they're sewing sashiko, they are good at it. They can really make their stitches exactly the same length, and the space between them also exactly the same length. And Sometimes it is so well done, so it looks like it's a machine that has done it. And perhaps, yeah, that's just my opinion. Some of the charm of it disappears because it doesn't look handmade or man-made, or what we can call it. I think I will only do one so I can come around the leaf here. Yeah, it is easier on the long side of the leaf to do more than one stitch. It is supposed to be summer in Denmark right now, but it has been the coldest month for a very long time. Not a long time, but all month here. I have found my socks and my sweaters from my cupboard to wear again, and that isn't normal for this time of year. But I don't think it's only Denmark. I am following a lady from Holland, or the Netherlands, Daily Dose of Paper, and she's also complaining about the weather. So maybe it's just here in Europe it is awful weather. So yeah, we need to have summer so we can get some vitamins, so we don't get sick when we come to the winter again. We need some D vitamins from the sun. And then I think I will just, like a spiral, go around. But I think you have got it now, what I'm doing. So I will stitch this out of camera. But before I leave you here, I think I will cut these things here off so it matches the edges. But I don't want to cut the frayed edges on the dyed fabric strip off, so it's a little difficult. Something like this, yeah. Oh, I don't think I like it up here. I think I will sew backwards, if you can call it that. I will pick it up and continue the round and do another round. But if it was you who was doing, sorry for shaking you, that was doing this and you liked it, you could just let it be. But that's just me and my opinion here. So I will pick it up and do it like I said, and then I will sew a little more and be back. So done with all the running stitches around this leaf print, and it is quite subtle or dull or dusty, what we can call it. So the only thing I want to do, just to give it a little more definition, is to, here in the spine of the leaf, if you can call it that, make some, yeah, I think I'll just do back stitches. So I will come up here. And follow the line. And go down in the previous hole and come up half a centimeter or so. But you have seen me done this stitch several times here on the scroll, so like this and down here and follow the line. Next time I'm going to embroider on something, I want a bigger piece of cloth or fabric. There isn't so much to hold on to here on this small strip, but something like this, I think I would just nurse it a little, the thread here, so it lies nicely like this. Yeah, like this. I will stitch the rest of the leaf off camera. I have a friend who is ice dyeing her fabric, and I have inherited this strip of an offcut for something she had made, and I think it looks quite nice with this piece here, so I think I will find a strip I can place here like this. So I will just, maybe I can, yeah, I can tie, whoops, and another one here. Oh, that's a lovely sound. Like this, and fray the edges as much as I can. And let me see, like this, and I will place it like there, so I know. Oops, there was too many needles there, or pins, not needles, like this. And then I have, let me see if I can find what I'm talking about. It is easier for me to explain. Here, you can buy cocoons like this, and you probably know them. This is what they are making silk threads of. But sometimes you can buy them like this. They have cut them up and take the little worm out here. But these cocoons are growing on something that's called a silk growth. And sometimes they are sitting there like this and growing. And you can buy several embroidery shops. You can buy these silk rods, and sometimes they're sitting some strange things on these silk rods. And I have taken them off one of these. There's only one on each rod. And I think I like to place them there. How I would put them down, I don't know yet. So I would think a little about it and be back. In the last week's video, I showed you this slow stitched piece, and I showed it because several had asked me how I decide what to do where, and not how I am stitching, but how I plan this out, and what I do. And I talked a lot about my dogma rules in the last video, so I won't do this in this video. If you want to see them before and in process and this picture, you can find them on my Facebook site, Dragon Kunst. That means dragon art in English. And you can see the pictures there. But I have got a lot of questions, and when you're used to teaching, you can say there isn't any stupid questions, and that is true. But and I really try to answer all the questions I get, but sometimes I get a little, yeah, I think it's a little funny because I have shown this piece here in some different slow stitching groups. And some people, a woman, ask me, how long does it take you to stitch this? And I really think it is a funny question to ask. And if I could answer it, I would, but I don't take time on when I'm stitching. But if you're slow stitching, the whole meaning of this is to make your hands work and your mind rest and do the meditation things there is in this process. And that isn't about how long time it takes you to do it, in my opinion. So I find this quite funny. So if I was to do something as a commission and people should pay me for it, of course I would probably take time to see how much time it would take me, but it probably nobody would pay for, because it takes a long time. It isn't something you do and then you're done. In fact, a quite fast worker, and I'm quite good at taking decisions and keep rolling and so. But others are much slower in the process than me, so it could take a long time for someone to do a piece like this. That was another question that people ask me about how long. And the other question people ask me a lot is, what are you going to do with this piece? Or for my 100-day project, also a lot of people has asked me, what are you going to do with all those pieces? And I can say absolutely nothing. For me, it's about the process and not the product. And I know many doesn't see it that way. They can only do something because it has to have a use afterwards. And I won't say I feel sorry for them, that's too much, but I wish people could do something just because it's nice to do and they feel good doing it and enjoy the process and have a nice time doing it. And when I'm done with such a piece as this, in fact, it doesn't quite interest me anymore. I'm done with it and I had some lovely time doing it. And that's the way I see it. I don't think everything has to have a purpose or has to be used for something. It enjoy the process instead. This was just some of my thoughts here about this slow stitching and working with fabric and thread. So back to the scroll. I have decided to sew this little square down with feather stitches, and you can see I have already made 3 rows, but I can show you how I do them. And it isn't because this strip is so small, there isn't much to hold on to. So if you were sewing them in a frame, you could stitch down and up in one workway, but it is a little difficult here because there isn't much to hold on to, but I can try. I have come up here and I have decided to make a double thread of one of these kind of threads here, so it would be a little more visible. But the thread comes up here and I go down here and come up in the middle between those two. And then I have a loop and go up in the loop. And that is the first stitch. And then you go from left to right and left to right. So I stitch there where I came up a little further way out here. And then I come up under there. Like this. And then I go the same height as there, but just a little out here. And come up. So I make a row like this, and you come up here and the row here like this, down down here and up here, down there, and up here. Yeah, I'm not running out of thread. That is so nice. And the last stitch here, I come up here and I just do it like this here. And then you have all these small pieces, and I think somewhere I have some mini beads. I think I will put a couple of them on, but I have to search in one of my boxes if I remember correctly. But I will just turn this over and leave my end in here. And a small knot like this. Yeah. See my back? That is really yeah, but that doesn't matter. It's the front that counts. So let us see here. Yeah, that was nice with some color. This is a little pale, I think, but that is okay. Yeah, I think I want my leftovers from the silk cocoons like this. And if I start with the first one, I think I will see if I can make some fly stitches. That is a little in the family like this stitch here. And yeah, perhaps I can give it a little piece of glue so it will be sitting there while I stitch. So if I start in the middle, I can see how it looks. I have taken a double thread of this silk yarn. It is also a weaving yarn, but it's a lovely color. It looks like brandy. Not that I know a lot of that about brandy, but you can see it was the same as the fly stitch. Like this. Like this. And then I think I will see if I can go through the silk cocoon left over here. Yeah, I can. I'm nearly at the edge here, so like this, and down in the cocoon. Yeah, I think I can do another one. Yeah, it's in the end here. Like this. Yes, and I think I will, yeah, I can just weave it through up here. I know it has been, like it would have been easier if I've started it out here, but I like to start in the middle so I can see how much the stitches are filling. So just make another one, or perhaps two. I hope there's room for two. Like this, and down in the piece here. Yes, and I think there is. Oh, this thread also goes nicely through the fabric and everything. Yeah, I like that. Then I would turn it around and do the same here on the other side. Sorry if I'm out of frame. I'll just put all this at the other side. Yeah, like have it like this. And remove my scissor. Like this. Come up. Here and go down in the cocoon. Like this. I think you can see what I'm doing here. So I will sew the other two on the same way and then decide what more to do. So now the cocoons are stitched down with fly stitches, and I can see I took a different thread the second time, but I don't mind that. And perhaps I will do some smaller ones in the middle. I don't know yet. But I think I will do a row of them stacked upon each other all the way down this way here. And I've taken some of my thickest pearl cotton thread, and I will see if I like it. And I've taken a bigger needle. Like this, and then I will come up here. Yeah, I can. Yeah, and then I will just stitch down here. It isn't quite the same as fly stitches. I don't know what they are called in English. In Denmark, if I translate it directly, they are called fern stitches, but I don't think that's, yeah, I don't know if that's the name in English or. And then I will just go up here. And perhaps it isn't a fly stitch after all the way I'm doing it, but it looks like a fly stitch. It's a little hard to stitch through this cocoon here. Oops. center hole, and then hole in the middle and up here, and here, and down. You can see it here. I will stitch all the way down. So done with all these fly stitches and these stitches I don't know the name of in the middle, and I think there's a lot happening there, so that must be enough. Then I talked about putting some small beads on here, and I can't find them right now, so perhaps they are in my basement, but I have taken some of this yellow thread and make it doubled, and done some small French knots instead. And I can just quickly show you. I come up at the tip of one of the branches, if you can say so. 2, 3, 4, turn around 4 times and go down nearly in the same hole. Keep the tension on my thread and drag the needle through. Doopty. Then there you have a small French knot. I can do another one down here. It is an easy stitch when you can do it, but it needs a little practicing. 2, 3, 4, and that was counting in Danish. Down in nearly the same hole. Keep the tension and drag it through like this. That looks quite nice. Perhaps I could make another one over here. One, 2, 3, 4, and down nearly in the same hole. Keep the tension and drag through, and there you have it. I will find my scroll, or what I will be putting this as my spool or bobbin or what it's called, and put it on, and then I will take some close-up pictures and show them to you at the end of the video. So this was done with the sewing for now on this piece here. But in fact, you can keep on if you're looking at it. You can, I could also have done this, and I could have done that, and yeah, there are so many options. So I know I said I would use this old spool, spool here, but I think it's too big. So I just went into my garden and find this small piece of stick here. And I think it looks nice on that one. And I think I would sew some kind of thread on here on the end, and then I can wind it around here. I also have this piece. Perhaps I can put it around this one, but for now I think it is fine. So I will just remove my needle here and roll it out. I really like this piece there with the amber one sewed on. And the last thing, the leaf here. Yeah, and I haven't attached it. I don't know if that's also. I think it's a piece left one where my hobby is chopping wood up for the fire. There's a piece filled off. Yeah, you can also use this one. It's a funny thing to be. Yeah, there are many options where you can scroll the fabric around. So I will take some close-ups of all the different parts here at the end of the video. And I think I forgot to say in the beginning of the video, I have made a playlist where the 4 videos for this scroll is lying, so you can see them in the right order. Yeah. So this was this scroll on a piece of fabric that was dyed with pigments, and it was quite fun to do. And now it will end up in a drawer like many of my other things, because I'm done with it now. But perhaps I have given you some ideas and some inspiration for what you can do with your fabric and with your stitching. And if you like my video, please give it a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing. That would be very helpful for my little Danish channel, and I would appreciate it very much. So what's next, I really don't know yet, but I think it will be another thing about stitching. So I do videos about mixed media with paper and paint and all other kinds of things, and I will also do some videos with different kind of stitching where I attack the subject a little different than normally cute stitching. But until next time, take care, be creative, and bye bye for now.